Now, we've always heard artists say this one phrase: trust the process, trust the process. Do we know what it means? Trusting the process essentially means that we are going to perform like a performer and not a judge. Right now, we are aiming for action and not perfection. It doesn't matter if whatever you're working on right now, it's still in its indecent looking phase, it's not showing much promise right now. We are going to keep going and we are going to keep confidence in ourselves, because that is the step one of trying to be creative at all. Now, I am not here to criticize you because you're not confident. I am not confident all the time, right? But I know how well confidence as a tool has worked for me as an artist, has worked for me in the creative spectrum. And let me try to break it down for you guys. All right, let's imagine something really crazy. Let's imagine that your favorite celebrity comes up to you and he asks you to make a picture of a tree, but gives with you the option of using just three colors: red, blue, and yellow, the primaries, maybe black and white. Now, this could be my big break. This could be the moment I have always been waiting for. This could be my chance to get recognized as an artist. But who are you kidding, Samriddhi? How are you going to paint a tree without the color green? Now, there are two voices in my head. The first voice tells me to just leave it. The risk is too much, the reward is too less. I'd rather not make a fool out of myself. I certainly won't do it. I'll pass. Maybe it knocks on my door another time. The second voice tells me that this is show time. I've got to trust my skill. I've got to go for it. I've got to aim for action and not perfection. This is what I'm left with the option one. And this is what I made with just three colors. You cannot even imagine the amount of shades of greens you can make using just three colors and black and white. When we went with the second voice, we emphasized on what we do have instead of what we don't. I have three colors, I'll make the best use out of themselves. I trust my skill enough because I know that whatever I do with whatever less I have, it'll be okay. It'll be my 100%. It'll be my 100%. I'm not comparing my 100% to anyone else's 100% here. All right. Now, the question is, how does one reach that point? How does one reach that point of learning how to trust yourself, learning how to trust the process? Well, we can start like this. Okay, maybe you've practiced something a lot of times. You've done it n number of times. And you've done it n number of times successfully. So you're confident that every time you do it, it turns out well. Your confidence builds up every time you start doing it. But for someone who's doing it for the first time, he'll have to take the leap of faith in himself. The encouragement has to come from within. It cannot come from outside. It has to first come from within. Now, about me. I'm an artist. I've painted for like 20 out of 22 years of my life. And I have always been the art kid of the school, right? When after school got over, I thought I want to make a living out of what I know best, what I do best. I want to make a living out of my hobby. I want to turn my hobby into a profession. So I started preparing for NID exams. And it's interesting because how I prepared for it was, I literally, with a chalk in front of the wall, right in front of my bed, I wrote down the whole syllabus. So every time I wake up, I am put in a certain solid mindset. That's how I started my day every single day. It somehow worked for me. It did what it did for me. And it can be different for every one of you. Some of you might be like, oh, that's stressful. I don't want to wake up like that. But it is something that has worked for me. And I've only learned that it works for me because I have went for it. I've tried and tested it. All right. So, long story short, things turned out better than I had imagined. I'm in college right now. And my situation with art started looking more serious because now I'm not the kid that everyone comes to because they're having trouble with their biology diagram. I'm not the kid that everyone comes to because they want their holiday homework to look pretty. Now I am around really good thinkers, really good artists, equally good if not better. Right? I had to pull my socks up. So, before I talk about college, I need you to understand, I need to think about why many artists, before starting a painting, they make a certain mess on the canvas. Some splatter paint on the canvas, some make weird strokes, some paint the whole canvas with a color that's eventually going to be covered up. It's not even going to be seen in the end. Why are they doing it in the first place? What is the reason behind doing this? Well, I'd say technically it's because it helps us understand the values better. Right? I'm not intimidated by the blank stare of a white canvas staring at me. I'm like, okay, chill. The first step has been taken. The first and the hardest step has already been taken. For some, that's what it does. But on a deeper level, I like to think that this means breaking the ice with the canvas. You know how you first met someone, and after you've talked to them for some time, that's when you can actually start having a real conversation behind the surface level. Oh, what do you do? How are you? Etc. etc. That's what it does for me. So, now college came with excitement, it came with lessons, but most importantly, it came with humbling. And humbling reminds me of something we call interactions at NID. Now, what happened in interactions was interactions meant really, really pushing our boundaries. It meant that we'd be like all the fresher, we'd be sitting here, and our seniors would be right here, like you guys are in front of me. And they would often make us do like very embarrassing stuff, all in good mindset, like all very playfully. They'd make us do embarrassing stuff. But you know, as a fresher, you don't want that. As a fresher, all you want is you want to look cool, you want to seem mysterious. It doesn't sound bad, but try being a fresher. All right. So that's what was happening. And we were all asked to do something stupid. Like all of us are good sketches. They were like, you can't sketch. You can do anything but sketch. So there was this girl who's now my friend. She asked the seniors that can I do my performance like this? She decided to face away from the audience with her head down. That's how she sung, and she sung beautifully. Now, it was not the best that she could have done, but it was her 100%, and everyone was so proud of her. Everyone started hooting. The seniors were clapping, they were hyping her up. It was unreal. And after taking that first step, after the months that came after interactions, I've seen her grow because she took that first step. She might be more confident than I am right now. So, some of you might say that okay, talk all you want about trusting the process, talk about putting the effort, talk about making the first stroke, but talent is still a thing. Like you're either born with it or you're not born with it. There's nothing else you can do about it. Now, I'd say that's debatable because why does someone who is good at something not stop doing it suddenly because they're already great at it? Because they know that they're good at it because they're doing it every day. They're not doing it every day because they're good at it, right? So there is a famous saying that says all of us have a finite number of bad decisions and bad drawings inside us. And once we get those out of the system, that's when the magic starts happening. That's when the nicer drawings start coming. That's when the nicer decisions start coming. So that is the bigger picture. The feeling of finally being able to trust yourself, the feeling of finally being able to say somebody, okay, you've written the script like 2 days ago and you haven't memorized it, but you will do good. You'll go on stage and you'll talk logical things. Just to have that much trust in yourself, It feels so good. Like just telling yourself positive things every day, the impact of is truly beyond science. Like I cannot explain it if I wanted to. You will just have to be there for it. So confidence is introducing you before yourself, before your work. And if we act without confidence, if we hold this brush, and if the huge canvas that we're painting on this canvas of life without confidence, it's always going to be missing something. It's always going to be wondering what it could have been with just the right amount of encouragement, with just the right amount of words. Thank you.